All right, today we're pulling back the curtain and drafting the blueprint. We're going to look at the very engine that powers the entire crypto economy, the exchange software.
Sounds kind of crazy, right? Building your own financial market from the ground up? But believe it or not, that's exactly what crypto exchange software lets people do. It's the key piece of tech that makes it possible.
So here's our game plan for this explainer. We'll start with the foundation, then we'll take a peek inside the engine room. After that, we'll walk through a 5-step blueprint, look at a really critical choice you have to make, and finally, we'll meet some of the top players out there today.
Okay, let's kick things off with the absolute basics. What exactly are we talking about when we say exchange software?
Think of it like this. At its very core, this software is basically a super-fast digital matchmaker. It's the complex system that connects buyers with sellers in the blink of an eye, and it handles all the crucial stuff happening behind the scenes.
And this breaks down its main jobs perfectly. See, it's way more than just a program, it's a market maker. It processes every single trade, helps the market figure out a fair price, that's called price discovery, and it makes sure there's enough cash flowing, which we call liquidity, to keep things moving smoothly. And, maybe most importantly, it secures everything with some serious military-grade encryption.
Okay, so we've covered the what. Now let's pop the hood and get into the how. It's time to check out the engine room and see what really makes these things tick.
You know, in any complex machine, there's always that one piece that's the absolute heart of the operation, the part everything else depends on. For a crypto exchange, that is the trading engine, no question about it.
So what is a trading engine? Well, the idea is actually pretty simple. It's this powerful algorithm that matches buy orders with sell orders, first by price, then by time. Sounds easy, right? But here's where the magic happens. Speed is everything. If your engine is slow, you might get a totally different price than you wanted. We call that slippage. A really top-tier engine, though, makes that match almost instantly, which is what keeps the market fair and super efficient for everyone.
All right, so the trading engine is the heart, beating away in the background. But what about the part you and I actually see and click on? Well, that's the customer's gateway.
We're talking about the user interface, or UI. This is the face of the whole operation. It's the dashboard, the charts, the order book, all of it. And let me tell you, you can have the fastest engine in the world, but if your UI is clunky or confusing, people are gone. It's that first impression that makes or breaks the entire experience.
Of course, matching trades is one thing, but where does all that crypto actually live? It has to be kept somewhere secure, right? That's where the digital vault comes into play.
The easiest way to think about this is like this. Hot wallets are your spending cash. They're online, connected to the internet, ready for quick, everyday trades. Cold wallets, on the other hand, that's the bank vault. They are kept completely offline, totally disconnected to protect the vast majority of funds from any online threats.
Okay, so we've got the engine, the interface, the vault, but who's running the show from behind the scenes? For that, you need a control center.
And here it is, the admin panel. This is mission control for the whole exchange. From here, the owner can monitor everything. Trading volumes, user accounts. They also handle all that super important compliance stuff. You know, the know your customer and anti-money laundering checks that are legally required. And of course, this is where they set the trading fees that keep the lights on.
So we've looked at all the individual parts. Now, how do you actually put them all together and launch a real exchange? Well, here's the blueprint, a 5-step guide to get it done.
Let's walk through this, and trust me, you don't want to skip any of these steps. First, you have to define your model. Are you going to be centralized, decentralized, or peer-to-peer? That one choice changes everything. Next, you pick your software provider. Step 3 is compliance. This one's a biggie, and it's totally non-negotiable. Step 4 is all about liquidity. Think about it. Nobody wants to use an empty exchange, right? So you connect with providers to fill up the order books. And finally, step 5, test, test, and test again. You have to hunt down every single bug, because in crypto, you don't get second chances.
Now, let's just circle back to that second step for a moment, choosing your software. This brings you to a huge fork in the road, a critical choice that really sets the stage for your whole business. And it really comes down to this. A white label solution, think of it like leasing a fully equipped restaurant. You can put your name on it and open for business almost right away. A custom build, on the other hand, is like designing that restaurant from the ground up. It takes way more time and a lot more money, but you have absolute control over every single detail. Okay, to bring this all home and make it a bit more real, let's take a quick look at some of the biggest names out there and see how their software choices define who they are. And you can see it right here. Different software priorities create totally different experiences. Take Binance, it's a giant, known for its incredible liquidity and low fees, making it perfect for serious traders. Then you have MXC, which is all about speed and listing new, sometimes obscure tokens really fast. And Bybit, they've carved out a powerful niche with a super robust platform built for the high-stakes world of leveraged trading.
And that really is the bottom line. The software you pick today truly does determine your success tomorrow. For traders, the software is your experience. For builders, it's your entire future. The code dictates everything: speed, security, success. So I'll leave you with this to chew on. What's the one feature you think is most critical for the next generation of crypto exchanges?